stop. Don't scroll. Don't click away, because this is message. It's not for everyone. This is about your current situation, not your past, not what's happened 6 months ago, not the story you have been repeating to yourself. This is about what's unfolding around you right now, in this exact moment. And the reason of this message for you today is because there is something happening behind the surface that you may not fully see yet. Someone is watching, someone is thinking, someone is struggling with a decision what directly involves you. And before you dismiss, this is impossible, stay until the end, because the details become incredibly specific. So the energy surrounds your current situation feels unusual. It feels suspended, like a chapter what should have moved forward already, but somehow remains unfinished. You have been waiting for clarity, waiting for communication. And you know what? This is time to receive all this information, because you are waiting for a sign that everything you will be sensing is real. And that spirit show first it's a bridge, but it's not yet closed. One side represents their things tend today. The other side represents that is trying to come towards you. But between those 2 points, there is hesitation, fear, and overthinking. And emotional resistance. This resistance, it's not coming from you alone. It's also connected to another person. A person who appears strong on the outside but internally feels much more fragile than anyone realizes. They have spent a long time pretending that they are unaffected, pretending they have moved on, pretending they don't care, even pretending they have control. Yet, the truth is really different. Their thoughts return to you repeatedly. Yes, repeatedly. I can see this. I can sense this. So especially during quiet moments, especially at night, especially when distractions disappear, because there is something unfinished between you. And unfinished energy always seeks complexion. Now spirits are showing me as something very specific. Many of you watching have been asking the same question. Why are they silent? The silence, it's not because they are forgot. The silence is not because you are insignificant. The silence is not because the connection disappeared. The silence is because they are fighting with themselves. One part of them wants to reach out immediately. Another part fears the consequences. And this internal conflict has created a standstill. The interesting thing is that while you see no movement externally, internally there has been tremendous moment. This person has been replying conversation, replying memories, replying mistakes, and have some idea in their mind. Guess what? Guess what idea this person had? Have a look at this card. And every time they revisit this moment, one realization becomes stronger. You matter more, much more, than they admit. Far more. There is also a feeling of regret here, deep regret. Not necessarily because of the major event, but because of many small moments that's accumulated over time. Missed opportunities, words left unsaid, feelings hidden, walls built out of pride. And now those walls are beginning to crack. Not all at once, but enough. Enough for the truth to start leaking through. The next thing spirits show is crossboards. This crossboards is important because it represents a decision point. Someone can no longer remain in the middle. Someone can no longer avoid choosing. Someone can no longer postpone their inevitable. The energy is the lace ending, and that is why things may suddenly feel different around you. You may notice unusual dreams, or unexpected memories, or songs that remind you of someone. Repeating number and even unexpected encounters. Messages appearing at strange times, or there are signs that energy is shifting. Not because magic is forcing something to happen. No. Because truth can only stay hiding for so long. Eventually it rises. Eventually it demands attention. Eventually it's asked to be acknowledged. What spirits want you to understand is that the current situation is not as frozen as it appears. Perhaps the surface moment it's already happening. Think of seeds underground. From above, it appears nothing if it's occurring. But beneath the soil, roots are forming. Growth is happening. Preparation is happening. Transformation is happening. And then, one day, the surface breaks. That is the energy surrounding the situation. Many of you have been feeling exhausted, emotionally exhausted, not because of that is happening, but because of that it's not happening. The waiting, the lack of answers, the endless questioning. And Spirit says has been one of your greatest lessons. Learning how to remain centered when external validation is absent. Learning how to trust your intuition. Learning how to recognize your value even when someone else fails to acknowledge it. Because your worth has never depended on another person's behavior. Never. Not then, not now, not ever. There is another message coming through strongly. Someone around you has been observing from a distance. This could be a person on your mind, or someone connected to them, but observation is happening. Your growth has been noticed. Your change has been noticed. Your strength has been noticed. Even the things you believe nobody see have been seen. the confidence you are building, the boundaries you are stabilizing, the healing you are doing. None of it has gone unnoticed. And strange enough, your growth is one of the reasons the situation is shifting, because you are no longer standing in the same energy you once occupied. You are different now. You're stronger now, you're clearer now. And that's changed everything. Spirit is also showing an emotional awakening. This feels significant because someone who once avoided emotions can no longer avoid them. The feelings have become too strong, too persistent, too obvious, too undeniable. And when that happens, action usually follows. Not immediately, but eventually. The heart grows louder than the fear. The truth grows louder than excuses. The desire grows louder than resistance. And this is exactly what appears to be unfolding. Now, I want you to pay attention to this next part, because this may be the most specific message in today's reading. The breakthrough you have been waiting for does not arrive in the way you expect. It comes differently, unexpectedly, indirectly, and almost casually. You may think it will be a dramatic confession, a grand gesture, or life-changing announcement, but Spirit suggests something much simpler. A message, conversation, a opening, a small moment that becomes a turning point. Do not underestimate small beginnings. Some of the most important chapters start with a single sentence, a single text, or single encounter, or a single choice. And once that first step happens, momentum begins to build. There is also a warning here. Do not allow impatience to sabotage what is trying to unfold. Because impatience often purposes people towards their past actions. Repeated checking, repeated questioning, repeated chasing. And Spirit says your power right now comes from stability, calmness, confidence, trust. The energy of knowing your value, regardless of the outcome. Because when you stand in that energy, everything changes. Your vibration changes, your choices change, your present changes, and the people around you feel it, including the person connected to the situation. So the next message Spirit show is fascinating. A door opening, not being forced open, but broken open. Simply opening naturally at the right time. This is important because many of you have been trying to force answers, force timeless, force certainty. But some things can only unfold when all pieces are ready. And Spirit says readiness is approaching very quickly. The energy around the next chapter feels lighter, healthier, more honest, more direct, and less confusion, less guessing, less emotional fog, because truth is entering the situation, and truth change everything. Now, let's go even deeper. What is person feeling right now? Spirits is show longing. Longing mixed with hesitation. Hope mixed with fear. Love mixed with uncertainty. This person wants closeness, but they also fear vulnerability. They want connection, but they fear rejection. They want truth, but they fear consequences. And this conflict has kept them stuck. Yet the longer they remain stuck, the more uncomfortable the situation becomes. Which is why change feels inevitable. The pressure is building. The realization is growing. The emotions are intensifying. And eventually something has to give. Spirit says the universe often works like water behind a dam. Pressure accumulates. Pressure accumulates and pressure accumulates. Then suddenly the barrier breaks and everything smooth at once. For some of you, this is exactly what is approaching. Rapid moment after a long period of silence. Rapid clarity after a long period of confusion. Rapid progress after a long period of waiting. Before we close, spirits want to leave you with one final truth. You are closer than you think. Closer to answers, closer to clarity, closer to communication, closer to understanding, closer to transformation. So the current situation, it's not ending, it's evolving. And this is once felt impossible is becoming too increasingly possible. So, if this message resonates with your current situation, take a moment to and acknowledge it, because the energy surround you is changing, the chapter is changing, the story is changing, and most importantly, you are changing. And sometimes that is very things that allows everything else to change as well. Stay open, stay grounded, stay patient, because that's mean for you, it's already find its way towards you.